Okay, everybody. My name is Michael Randolph, and I'm with the Center for Nonprofit and Community Development. And what we do is to provide technical support to nonprofits and startups, small businesses in terms of how to build your capacity. 8 out of 10 nonprofits that get started fail within the first 3 to 5 years because they fail to plan and have the necessary tools to get them to be successful. That's why this class came into play in order to those individuals that really want to make a change, to give them the tools necessary to win. We teach a new school, next generation approach to nonprofit development. We focus on a comprehensive and holistic approach. And that is important because in order to be successful as a nonprofit, you want to operate under what's known as a business model. Now, this class is going to be broken up into 2 sections. The first section is going to talk about how to start a nonprofit and how to make sure you got all the appropriate paperwork necessary for your nonprofit. The second part is going to deal with organizational development with a focus on understanding a strategic plan, a theory of change, a logic model, and how to put together a business plan. Now, to date, we've provided technical support, I think I spoke earlier, to over 2,500 nonprofits from around the country. We focus currently in 10 states, from California to New York, to Baltimore, to Tampa, and all in between. The third part of the class is going to talk about where to go at to get the money. There are over 115,000 funders in the United States that fund organizations. They give away $1 trillion+ every year. Now, here's the thing. 90% of the foundations and corporations that give money, you can't find them online. Tonight, we're going to talk about how do you find those funders in order to make sure you got the funding necessary for your nonprofit to be successful. The other thing we want to talk about tonight is critical thinking. All of these different components will lead to a successful nonprofit. Nonprofit that are new, a challenge, because you have a lot of nonprofits that's been around forever. So if you're going to be competitive against those nonprofits that's getting started, all of those things that we talked about, from a theory of change, logic model, business plan, understanding a business model, all those things going to be critical to go against those nonprofits. Now, before we get started, anybody want to give a shout out who you are, what group you representing? If not, we can go ahead and get started. Okay, let me, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find the right button. Okay, everybody, we're at the end of the class. You made it, and nobody fell off. Okay, so I hope we was able to give you a lot of wealth of information related to the class. It's this time now for anybody have any questions that they want to ask or anything. If you want to shout out, if you're a nonprofit, who your nonprofit is, and the emails, and people can donate to you, you can do that also. Now it's your floor.
Okay, my question is,
And please identify where you're from.
I'm from Pensacola, Florida. And my question is, do you have to have a full staff in order to run a 401c? I mean, 501c. Yeah.
Most nonprofits start with one person.
Okay.
When I started my nonprofit, and most nonprofits start with one person.
Okay.
And then you build up to staff. But first, you pretty much be doing everything on your own.
Okay, good.
And then you're gonna, but what you're showing people, this is what I can do on my own. Imagine what I could do if I get funded. They
Okay.
always want to check you out to see if you're
Yeah.
serious about it. So yeah, one person, you don't have to be full time. You can be doing like 5 hours a week, a minute.
I know this one nonprofit that offers glasses, prescription glasses to people. And I think they only do theirs like one day out the week. And
Yeah.
it's every week.
Yeah. But
And I
they're
think
probably doing some other things beside that. That's just one of their programs.
Yeah, I think it's a husband and wife team though.
Yeah. People with part-time, full-time, it depends on what you want to do.
Okay. So
what type of nonprofit did you want to get started?
Well, I want to be a 501c3.
But what type?
Nonprofit.
Yeah, but what type? You want to have a youth program? Who's your audience? Who do you want to help?
Well, my thing is single parents.
Okay, there you go. Hey, that's a nonprofit by itself, right there.
Yeah.
Hey, that's enough right there.
Okay. I want to help single parents, and I also want to help young mothers.
Good. We can definitely partner with you to make that nonprofit happen. When we work with nonprofit, we create what's known as best practice type of nonprofits that are data driven and are evidence based. So they position themselves in order to get the dollars necessary. Next up, who's next? Anybody next?
Okay. Did you want us to say something or?
Yeah, shout out who you are, what you want to do. This is your time. The world is looking at you.
Okay, Michael, I am the parent of 2 special needs children. They are right now 16 and 14, right? Since even though they're 16 and 14, they are mentally toddlers, right? You know, and they don't have a place to go before school or after school. They're lacking many programs for these kids because most daycares, they stop at middle school, 11 years old, 12 years old. There's no place for my kids to go in the morning and the afternoon. There are a few places they go, but they've charged like $400, $500 a month. I have 2 of them. So that's like $1,000 a month for my kids to go to this place. So
what's your other bills?
Yeah, that's too much money. So I would like to start a before and after school place where kids like mine can go, but it's also affordable for the parents. Won't be breaking the bank, and it's hard to find work because you got to have some place for your kids to go.
You know, most nonprofits start for the right reason that you're expressing, because they see a gap. And that's why they start that nonprofit to fill that gap. That's what you call, remember we talked about it earlier? That's called your purpose. You found your purpose. Next, anybody else? Who's up next?
Well, this is Dorothy. I have a nonprofit.
Where you at? Tampa?
Oh, yeah, I'm in Tampa, Hillsborough County. Yes. I started my nonprofit in 2018, of course, on my own while working a full-time job. I'm still working, but my wishes are to stop working, and basically run my organization permanently in full-time. But
we need to talk. We definitely need to talk.
Yeah, my thing is that I do need funding because I receive calls every week. My organization is kind of similar to what Mrs. Hill wants to do. Because my organization works with single female-headed families, mothers who are,
Now, what's the name of your nonprofit?
It's called Rose of Sharon Women's Empowerment Center.
Okay. Good. And well, yeah, definitely we can have some follow-up conversations.
Yeah, because my thing is the funding part, because I need housing for the women who calls me. Right. I feel so bad that I have to refer them out to other, organizations because I don't have the funding to buy, or to purchase a home or multiple homes to house these women.
Well, after the day, your attitude should be yet.
I'm sorry?
Your attitude should be don't say you don't have the fund. Say I don't have the fund yet. That
Oh
means
yeah, I do.
That's
I do.
the
I tell them
attitude.
I don't have them yet, that I'm working on it.
And you're in the right place. This is what you came here for class for.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Ari, I know you with the church. Tell us some programs that the church has going on.
Hi, my name's
And
Ivor
recognize who your church. Share with us who your church.
Our church is in Tampa, Florida. Our nonprofit is affiliated with the First Missionary Baptist Church of Highland Pines, which
Okay,
is located in the Highland Pines neighborhood.
okay,
And our church has been there for 25 years.
okay.
And the nonprofit is named the Highland Pines Outreach Center Incorporated. So our mission is to focus on the homeless, since there are several homeless in the area, as well as the youth at Oak Park Elementary, which is right around the corner from our church.
Excellent.
So
Excellent. We definitely like to work with y'all and putting together a master plan to get funding for all those programs that you talked about. So definitely, everybody, you're in the right place at the right time. Priscilla, am I pronouncing her name right?
Yes.
Yes. Who are you? And what are you trying to do?
My name is Priscilla Hawthorne. I live in Polk County, and I am
Okay.
just in the,
What's up?
yes,
Great judge.
yes. Yes. So I'm just in the startup phases. So I'm learning a lot. In fact, I've just got registered and everything and just get my board established. But I'm primarily going to be starting off focusing on seniors, assisting them with food insecurities and children, with maybe introducing them to the arts and, stuff in this area.
Excellent. I tell you, I'm so appreciative of everybody that attended class tonight. But here's what I find consistently with most of the classes that I give related to nonprofit. Almost 90% of the participants are females. What the males have to understand is that they have to step up to the plate. Nonprofit is the way to change things. If the sisters are stepping up to the plate, if females are stepping up to the plate, if mothers are stepping up to the plate, this goes out to the men. You have to step up to the plate. So I take my hat off to each of you, and I'm looking forward to working with each of you to build you to that full capacity for where you need to be at. Like I say, dreams do come true. We had a nonprofit out of Pennsylvania. She started her nonprofit. In the year 3, she was bringing in $1.5 million. And it's not impossible to do something like that once you have an understanding of the market. Always go to an area where you say, nothing is here like this, so you can make yourself unique. Why unique? And that's just one. I know nonprofits that are kicking in 200,000, 300, 400,000. To be quite candid, if you're going to run a nonprofit successfully, at the very least, you should be bringing in at least $200,000 at a minimum. That's why we work with nonprofits to build them to capacity so they can be bringing 250 to $1 million. Because guess what, folks? You might think that's a lot of money. It really isn't, because that goes into salaries and everything. So, any questions before we end tonight's presentation?
I have one more question.
Go ahead, ask away.
And I want to know, once you start that nonprofit, how do you pay yourself out of it?
Well, when we talked about the section on the method section, the program design, that's where you put your salary at in your budget.
Okay.
So when you go to do your budget, you put in executive director, 50,000, 60,000, whatever. secretary, janitor.
So Michael, what you think we should, as you know, as brand new nonprofits, how much you think I should pay myself? Like, you know.
Well, I think that as a new nonprofit, 60,000 would be somewhere where you start out at.
Oh, okay, that's not too
Yeah.
bad. That's way
Yeah.
more than what I'm making now.
Yeah, and between 35 and 65. And we're talking about, that's what we're talking about within 18 months. You build yourself up to that capacity.
Oh,
And again,
okay.
it's all based on all those documents that we talked about. When you come prepared with a theory of change, a logic model, a business plan, a strategic plan, people are going to take you seriously. And they're going to give you the serious money. Most nonprofits, even the ones that's been around a long time, they don't have those tools. Look, unless somebody else has another question, we're going to end the night's class.
I have a question.
Go ahead, jump on it.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
somebody else wanted to speak?
I did, but you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Michael, I was just looking back at or thinking back at what you were mentioning about your services and the prices. Now, I do have, most of the things that you have here. Like articles of corporation and things like that, 50 the tax exempt status and the solicitation license and all that stuff. But some of the things that I may not have. So I'm wondering, will you charge me the whole 300 or would it be
No,
less?
if you got everything related to the nonprofit, you're good to go. You want to come over to the training side now to get training for your board of directors.
Well, I have a board of 5. It's a total of 6 of us.
Yeah, but see, every year your board must be certified by a professional organization to show that you got board training. That's another thing. Nonprofit, even your staff, every year they have to have training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I said what I'll send you is a whole scope of services that we have.
Okay.
If you got your 501c in place, then we should start talking about your strategic plan.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's going to go towards your operational plan. So you can start working down towards funding.
Okay.
And then I want to look at your articles and make sure you got all the things in there. And when I say that, see, you can file your articles of incorporation with the state. They don't care. They say as long as it's legal. When I do it, I do not only for the legal aspect of it, but for the funder who's going to be looking at that article of incorporation. Because they're going to go past the legal stuff and they're going to go to the substance of the nonprofit.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Okay, my question was, once this is over, you will email me the rest of the slides because I came in.
I'll send you the presentation.
Okay.
Or to make sure if you haven't heard from me in a couple of days, email me.
And
if y'all register for this class, y'all all have my email in order to register for the class.
Okay.
Are you gonna send it to all of us?
Yes. If you send me the email requesting.
Well, when we register, it should have sent you the email.
But that's you want. Look, I normally charge for the presentation. I'm saying I'm giving it to you free if you email and request it. I'll give it to you free.
Okay.
This is a lot of information. You need that.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Oh, one more thing. Okay, if I wanted to run a business also with that 501c3, is there certain steps I have to take first for that?
The first thing you need to do is to start. You will come back to us to ask us to work with you in putting together a business plan. Once that business plan takes and gets its legs, that's when you actually start your business. Now, understand that's the difference between a strategic plan and a business plan. All right. Any other questions?
That's it.
Okay, I can't believe this. We're out of here. We had like 6 more minutes to go. So I want to thank everybody for tonight's class, for attending tonight's class. and email me so I can send you information on the presentation and the other services that we provide. Thanks again,
Oh.
everybody.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
All right.